Well, welcome to the show. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is from the Sidelines. And as we do it every time this week, we're going to talk about the round of NRL that's just been played. Gentlemen, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
It took a while.
No, I was just a bit distracted.
Sitting here in your Artie Beetson shirt.
Yeah, we wore it again this week. It was great. Yep, fantastic.
Why?
Because Artie Beetson played for Redcliffe and for the Roosters.
But not for Dolphins.
Yeah, I think it was Redcliffe Dolphins. I think it was.
See,
I don't go back that far because I was a Melburnian. Anyway, he played for Redcliffe and he played for the Roosters, and they have the Artie Beetson Legacy Medal.
See, I would think that makes sense if you're playing Parramatta. Not if you're playing for the Dolphins that he actually never played for.
Well, they had to find a reason
Why
for
would
the
he?
medal.
What?
Well, he never played for the Dolphins. He played for the Redcliffe Dolphins, but that is not technically the Dolphins.
We're going to argue semantics.
So
Far out. All right.
Honestly, he's had a bad day at work.
So I'm going to argue what?
Obviously.
He's had a bad day at work. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yes. How are you, Brian?
Well, I'd like to say that one of our teams is not able to make the 8.
No, that's not true.
Season. Oh no, it's over. Trust me.
No.
And we're just a smidgen behind you.
Yeah, you lose one more time and you're out as well.
There's still 6 points on offer. You can get to 31. But it's going to take a few teams to lose.
And a few teams fall off the cliff.
Anyway,
you're in business.
I'm okay with it being over because Parramatta got beat by 50.
Oh, dear. All right, let's go on. Let's start off at Four Pines Park last.
Yes, let's start off with at 4 Pines. What happened at 4 Pines Park,
You
Steve?
know, Brian, if we start off with this game, there's nowhere else we can go but up.
That's true.
What happened? Well, Penrith Panthers 24 beat the Manly Sea Eagles 12.
I mean, that's not a bad scoreline. Really.
My goodness, they were in it for the first half.
They were definitely in
And
it.
there were some decisions that went against Manly that were a bit,
There was
let's say, contentious.
Oh,
They were shocking.
That second try,
You know,
was just so awful.
When two teams are even and a decision goes, one way or the other, it doesn't matter because it's going to even out. The teams are even.
Yeah.
When you're playing Penrith and decision goes against you, you're just totally stuffed.
Oh yeah, that was a dead set knock on from Liam Martin.
Yeah.
100%. Well, not only that, the guy was on the ground and I think he was tackled.
Yeah. I agree.
So in the same movement,
Yeah,
or in
I
the same
agree.
play, I should say.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. You take it how it comes.
That's unlike. That's like a one.
I know.
Run, isn't it?
Someone's drugged him today, obviously.
Well, it's not like this is early in the season and I can blow up and it's going to make a difference.
But
this is season over.
24-12 is not a. We got done 48.
And can I just say the first half, the handling was great. Everything was going well. 12 all, you'd take that against the Panthers. Then, however, the scoreboard pressure and another 2 injuries got us.
Yeah.
I was actually reading a stat, because you know how Tom's been moaning about the Roosters and their injuries.
Yeah.
We're about 1 injury behind them.
Yeah.
Over the last 5 years, so we got nothing. It's over. We've got no
I
front
can't
rowers.
believe you were so conciliatory.
No, so philosophical.
Well, that one as well.
It's over. The season is over. When we lost to the Roosters, I was thinking we need to beat every team that we're ahead of. That we're ahead of. We lost to the Roosters, and I'm going, well, there might be a chance if we can beat Penrith, and it's over. Don't worry about it.
Okay,
season
all right.
over. So now I am now objective.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that because of your age? You've now turned an age that you're...
I've turned into a mature person immediately after.
How old did you turn on Saturday?
A tick over 50.
A tick over
A
50.
tick over 50.
Congratulations, Brian.
Yes, I made it. I made it.
We're all going to sing happy birthday.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
Please
Right,
no.
to Steve.
No.
All right. Anyway, so let's move on. The Penrith were good, and
Yep.
on all those, they were missing a couple of their spine. That's fine. Injuries galore for Manly, and there's always next year when we open the season against perhaps one of you two.
Us. Apparently.
Are you sure?
I'll be Hugh Jackman versus Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find where it's because they're saying these 4 clubs, but
No, what's been reported is that it's a Roosters and a Manly home game.
So we can't play each other.
Yeah, so you won't play each other, but it will be Manly and South to
Are you
try and
sure?
get the. Well, that's what they're all talking about.
Yeah.
The promotion, the marketing
Rusty and
idea
Ginger.
around Wolverine and Gladiator would just be enormous. I mean,
Well, let's hope so.
I mean, it honestly, these two would just be the feeder to this game.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's all it's going to be.
course, yeah.
So you're saving your pennies, boys?
Absolutely. My wife's already said no.
I actually don't know why the Roosters are there.
Well,
I would take Penrith instead.
My wife didn't say no, so...
Oh, so you're going.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot would end
Anyway,
Okay.
That's
all
enough
right.
about LA. Let's move on.
No, we're going to talk about that
Vegas,
later.
mate.
Oh, Vegas. Yeah, that's right.
Vegas, that's right.
Even
Let's
more-
go on
even
to
more
Friday
exciting
night.
place.
Cronulla Sharks 36, Gold Coast Titans 6.
Yep. Let's move on.
Let's not.
Okay.
Sharks, are they back?
No.
Because I didn't think they were overly impressive. Everyone was saying how good they were, and I mean the Titans weren't good.
Yeah, they were strong. Yeah. It's like I always. It amazes me. Look, I know that there's a certain Manly 5'8" that's on a wheelbarrow full of money. But all those players, all those fans that are saying we should have kept Kieran Foran, well, he made less meters, missed more tackles, and had a terrible game. The Titans were off. The Sharks can't do anything. All right, they beat the Titans who won in the 8. Okay.
And ironically, this came just after they announced that Tino and
David
Fifita had re-signed on big money.
Yeah.
And
Huge money.
Big money. And I'm okay with that for forwards if they're going to perform.
Yep.
Payne Haas performs every week.
Yeah.
Tino is almost Payne Haas, but David Fifita doesn't.
No.
And needs to get a lot more for his $1 million a year.
Randy has said that Jaden
Campbell?
should go to another club if he's not going to play fullback every week.
Well, he's just re-signed with them, so he's not going anywhere. But
Dumb comment.
Well, it is, but we don't disagree.
No, it's
And
media
we've all
beat
been
up.
saying he should be playing.
That's right. He should come to Manly. We've got a bloke that plays fullback that's always injured. He'd start 80% of the games.
Well, this
Anyway.
is true. This is true. Yeah, look, I mean, I thought the Sharks played well.
No, they were good. They were strong.
They weren't too bad, but
That was Wade Graham's 250th too, I think.
not sure. But having Connor Tracy in the team has certainly freed up Nico Hines. So
He's always been a quality player.
Oh, he's
He's
always
great
been a
player.
player.
He hasn't been able to play consistently. He hasn't got enough game time. And he played really well at fullback.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the Gabba, where Brisbane Broncos 54 put Parramatta Eels to bed.
Yeah.
They've just killed them.
Moses,
Killed them for the season.
Is it a cheek fracture or something like that?
Yeah, he's gone for the year.
yeah, that's a bit sad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
legitimately.
He was courageous trying to.
He was, trying to
chase
play
down
on.
Herbie Farnworth too.
But gee, it's fun when Parramatta get beaten.
Well, I tell you
Fun
what,
only for you, I think, Brian.
Brisbane were impressive.
Oh yeah,
You
absolutely.
didn't think so?
They looked like they were playing with Parramatta.
Oh yeah. They're just toying with them. Yeah.
They do everything at speed.
Yeah.
So there's a
Which
trust.
is like what they're doing is what like Penrith.
Well, there's a trust in that group that somebody's going to be there and it's going to be done at pace.
Yep.
Look, they fell off a bit towards the end, but you can't. Parramatta, 54-10.
And I think
It's
one of
bad,
the interesting
man.
signs is that Billy Walters, who I thought was, he's average as a hooker, he's really shone this year.
Yeah,
I
he's starting to
think
make the
he's
position
found
his own,
position
isn't
his
he?
own.
Yep.
He that solo try was really good. I mean, he stepped two people to get past it. Look, and Kurt Capel's just been ever reliable.
You always know you're playing with them when you can run backwards and score a try.
Yeah, it's a bit contemptuous, isn't it?
Well, he was kind of half forward
Jackson
and then gets
Paulo
up
did
there.
it for South last year.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
It's a bit of fun.
But you say about Billy Walters. Well, when you've got your fullback, your 5'8", and your half set and going great guns, it's pretty easy to find not easy to find a hooker, but you certainly can be very comfortable playing in that
But
position.
he's certainly playing much more confident.
Yes.
So there's been a couple of reports this week about Tedesco being replaced by Walsh for the Australian team. What are your thoughts?
I'm not keen.
I think Mel's pretty loyal. I think he'll stick with Tedesco this year, but I think in future I think the ball it'll be all open
Yeah,
because Origin will change things. I think.
I don't. I think Tedesco will be gone. There's too many good fullbacks running around.
And to be
at the
honest,
moment.
I'd be really happy if he doesn't play. To be honest,
Yeah.
because
Pull
he
him back
needs
from
he needs
bruises,
he needs a good break and he needs a pre-season. We need him on deck
Yeah.
from the very beginning of pre-season, or else our season shot. Especially going to Las Vegas as well.
So were Parramatta just pathetic, or Brisbane were that good?
Oh, bit of both.
I don't think Parramatta played to their potential, but I think Brisbane just didn't let them. I think sometimes that's the case. One team just doesn't allow you to play your best game.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to go on then to what was an unbelievably quality game? I mean, the skills of this next game were astounding. Where we went to Barlow Park, where the Rabbitohs 26 beat the Dragons.
It was
14.
magical because the skill was actually invisible.
Well, it was so good you couldn't see it. That's right.
Correct.
Honestly, at half time I'm thinking, we've got the lead of this game, but I don't know what's going on. Seriously, these are schoolboys, both teams.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty down on South at the moment because of the way they're playing, but both teams were like schoolboys.
This was very average.
It was awful. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Very average. And South's getting some lucky bounces.
Well, it helped from the bunker. I mean, they just needed a little bit of support to get over that line, and if your bunker's going to give it to you, why not?
Yeah, I mean, you take the win, but jeez.
Not convincing.
Man,
no.
the less said about this game, the better, man, because that was horrible.
Even coming from me, the less said about it, the better.
That's how many weeks in a row has that been, Steve, where Souths have been really
We
bad?
haven't been good for 10 weeks.
Nah, but you've been good in patches. There was no goodness in that game.
The Warriors game was a good game. The Warriors game was where, in the rain over there, South played really, really well.
Yeah.
And this 20-0 against Tigers was good because they played pretty well.
20-0 against the Tigers was okay.
Because it was defensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I don't know what's been going on the last few weeks. They were bad against the Sharks last week. They were terrible this week. And they're playing the Dragons. With all due respect to Dragons supporters,
Did Barry say much to you?
Yeah, he's spoken to me about it through the week.
What did he say?
I
He was robbed?
basically.
Yeah, he was robbed. Of course they were robbed.
Yeah, there's a few people saying that they were robbed. But look, I think South were always going to win the game. They never looked like they were going to lose. But the attitude at the moment of South, I don't know where it's at. I don't understand it.
It's nearly like, show up, we'll throw the ball around, we'll win.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like.
And yet that hasn't worked for the last 10 weeks. So I don't know why they're thinking that's still going to work.
Yeah, but you're still winning.
They've won 3 games in 10 weeks.
I don't think we've won 3 games in 10 weeks. I'd take it.
Yeah, but you're playing with a bit of... I don't know what it is.
Oh, no, we play good in patches. Yeah.
We won 2 games in a row this week. For
I mean,
the first
10, 11 weeks into the competition, everyone was saying South are almost the team to beat. And now they're barely making the 8.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm writing them off, by the way, Steve.
So when you said last week that 2 teams can beat Penrith, it's either Brisbane or South.
Yeah, I've now considered the grand final is only between Penrith and Brisbane.
It's not because I've actually done the NRL predictor.
The predictor?
Yeah.
What did the predictor say?
South end up winning the competition because they come good in the end.
Yes.
All right.
The challenge is most of the ways I work it, we still play Penrith somewhere along the line, and that's just horrible.
It's another loss.
Yeah. At Waikato Stadium, Warriors 30, Tigers 22.
Didn't see. I was in transit.
Mate, this was a ripper of a game.
It wasn't a bad game actually.
This was a very good game.
I tell you what, it was really only decided in the last few minutes. The Tigers were in this most of the way.
Yep. As bad as the previous game was, this was good. This was fantastic. It was high quality. There were very few errors. The Warriors were good.
Yeah.
Only Dane Laurie had a standout game.
Yeah.
Dane Laurie had an absolute blind.
Ever since he's announced he's going back to the Panthers,
Oh, right.
he's been on fire.
Plus, he's also been playing 5'8",
Plus he's been playing 5'8", yeah.
and maybe getting closer to the
Where are
action.
they going to fit him at the Panthers?
Well, he's going to take on that seconds role, I guess, to fill in for when, whenever.
I think it's only a year.
I thought they'd just pluck somebody out of the juniors.
They've got to be going thin, don't they?
No, definitely not.
And the Warriors are going great, and I'm glad that Sean Johnson's come out and said, I'm only having a great year because of, big Hayden Fennell-Blake,
And where did he come from?
who is just playing sensational football.
And where did he come from?
Oh, he's on way too much money for a prop.
He could be Dalian prop of the year.
Oh, his post-contact meters and play the balls are just sensational. I'm a fan, unabashed fan.
Yeah.
I think he's the best prop in the game. Just ahead of
It's a
Payne
big
Haas.
So, the Tigers, who are obviously going to come last,
Yep.
have actually been playing quite well the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Do you see an improvement in them for next year?
Oh, we're going to talk about this in a minute.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, well, we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Brian's decided we're going to talk about it. So, cool.
Allianz Stadium, Sydney Roosters 30, Dolphins 14.
I was saying to Brian, I was saying to Steve that at Allianz, the beginning of this game coincided with the Matilda's penalty shootout. So you could hear these random cheers right through the crowd that didn't have any resemblance to what was happening on the field for the first 30 minutes. Plus, we were sitting behind the goalposts, and all of the action was down the other end. Albeit we weren't scoring any points. We had a lot of possession in the first half, and I watched the replay, so you get to see a bit of perspective on the replay on the TV. And we had a lot of opportunities and just couldn't quite finish them off. But in the second half, I thought we started to click. I think there was a lot of fast play of the ball, so there was a lot of ball movement, which was quite exciting to watch. And yeah, it was really satisfying to see the team go. Billy Smith had a blind. He got the RD beats and legacy medal.
Billy Smith, he did have a good game.
And they talked about his potential before he got injured 3 or 4 years ago. He'd played 12 games in 4 years.
Yeah.
And now he's played 12 games this season. So a bit of consistency. He's been fantastic. Drew Hutchinson. Everybody bagged Drew Hutchinson to say he was an average player. But he has been standing up for the Roosters this whole season in a number of different positions. And he was fantastic in the halves this week.
And the Dolphins?
Look, the Dolphins do what the Dolphins do. They play tough. They're a bullish sort of team, and they'll try to muscle you the whole game.
Okay. We haven't talked about any controversy, and there's been a lot this weekend. But the tackle from Ray Stone on Hutchison?
Yeah, he was falling. There's no doubt he was falling.
Bin, no bin?
Bin.
You have to bin him for the contact.
All contact to the head should be binned.
But
all
he was
contact to
falling.
the head should be bin. See, I disagree. I
It was-
think if he's falling, there was nothing he could do. There was nothing he could do.
They said that Hutchison got not tripped so much as his legs got taken out, which means he was coming down, and Ray Stone was actually aiming for his middle.
See,
But in the end, he made contact with the head.
I think if you jump and hit someone in the head, I think that's binnable. But I think when they're this far off the ground and falling, it's almost impossible.
It wasn't that far.
It wasn't much out of it. It's not possible. You can't lower your body to hit someone mid, and then when they're falling, you're always going to hit them in the head. There's nothing you can do about
It
it.
wasn't falling that far. It was about this high. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It was a bin, and yes, the Roosters took advantage of it, which they should have, and set up a nice lead. So it was 30 unanswered points, and they scored a late consolation try.
I'm getting a little bit tired of these decisions with these
Oh,
games.
the bunch is terrible.
Look, in the end, I don't think it would have
talking
mattered.
about
I think the Roosters would have won this game either way.
Oh, I'm not doubting that at all. But I think when they scored 3 tries while he was off, two
I
tries.
think. Yeah, 2. But then they scored another couple, I think, after that. They just started to click in the second half, and that was really pleasing to see. Plus, we were sitting behind the post where all the scoring was happening, so that was actually nice as well.
All right, let's go on to Amy Park, where Melbourne 48 beat the Raiders 2. And the Raiders, again, are not looking like a team that should be playing in the 8. Mind you, along with South and everybody else.
Scored the first 2 points and then didn't score after it.
They looked great for the first 20 minutes.
They did.
That was it. There's nothing else to say. As soon as Ricky made that change with Tapani and Papali'i come off, or not Papali'i, Papali'i come off.
Yeah. The rotation.
They fell apart. They just fell in a heap.
And Jack Whiten's he's been ordinary the last few weeks, I think, as well.
Yeah.
But look, they're just, Melbourne's they're just cranking the gears. And, the good news for them is they're about to get Pappenhausen back. Isn't that great?
Yeah. Melbourne were pretty good.
Yeah.
Melbourne were very good.
Yeah.
The scoreline, I know the Raiders weren't, but Melbourne were very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. See how unbiased I am.
I can't believe who you are today.
I'm calm now. I'm an old calm man. Calm.
An old man.
Calm.
Who's calm?
Calm.
Okay.
Yeah.
McDonald Jones Stadium, Newcastle 42, Dogs 6.
What a disappointing second half by the Knights.
It was actually, considering they were leading with 30.
When did Hastings go down? How far into the second half?
I think it was about halfway through the second half.
Because I think that was significant.
Nah.
He has been really...
No, they were off the boil
They were
before
off. They'd almost... I think they came out with their heads in next week.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, of course. How do you not?
Because they're playing the Rabbitohs, so they would have been thinking about
Yeah.
that. But still... But still, I think Hastings has been so important to Ponga in terms of setting him up. And that's going to be real, because I don't think he'll be back this. If it's syndesmosis,
No,
he won't be back.
apparently they're monitoring him, and he could be back next week.
That'd be good because he deserves to be.
Because
back.
let me just tell you, the way he, I get it. I wouldn't want to be hit by any of these blokes at any time in any lifetime. But the way he carried on the ground, I dead set thought that he was a compound fracture.
Well, that was the same leg he fractured.
Yeah,
so he probably thought he'd done it again.
Yeah, but he was carrying on, and he could be back next week, mate. If he's not on crutches, something's wrong, man.
That's a big bag of ice he was carrying at the end.
I think you're being tough on him.
No, I don't. Did you see the game?
It was an awful tackle.
Yeah, but he carried on like somebody had snapped him in half.
It was pretty. I couldn't watch it after the first two times. It was awful.
Oh dear. Look.
And Preston should get 3 or 4 weeks for that.
Oh, he's going to.
He does, yeah, he has.
Awful tackle.
Yeah. So, where are the Dogs?
We're going to talk about that too.
Okay, we're going to talk about that too. Okay, that's right. Okay, yes.
He's come with an agenda. So.
I set my agenda.
Yeah.
And the cow said the bite.
Thank you.
I'd like a couple of minutes to talk about the women's game.
Okay, go for your life. Do it now.
Okay.
Do it now. Oh, actually, do the ladder first, then we'll do that.
Yeah. All right, so ladder. The ladder shows Panthers and Broncos on equal points, 38. Warriors alone on 34. The Storm make up the 4 on 32. The Sharks and the Raiders on 30. Raiders falling with a stone on minus 120 in 6th position.
Yeah.
That's a terrible place to be. Knights 29. Rabbits round out the 8 on 28. Cowboys also on 28. The Eels 26, the Roosters 26, the Sea Eagles 25, Titans 22, Dolphins 22, Bulldogs 20, Dragons 16, and the West Tigers are on 12. And the women's report, there's some terrific games over the weekend. The Titans were unbeaten and met with the Knights. I was watching that game instead of the Raiders Melbourne game because it was much more interesting.
Instead of the game that we decided we'd commentate on.
Because it was just boring. It was just... What were you watching? Melbourne score. Yay. So Knights played the Titans. Knights were the incumbent premiers and the Titans were the ladder-leaning unbeaten team. And they got absolutely flogged. The Roosters came out and beat the Sharks, who were also showing some form early in the season. So we've got the Roosters, the Knights, the Raiders and the Titans. The Raiders are the highest ranking new team. They've got some good players. They've got Sahara Tamara from the Roosters and she's a fantastic half. And the West Tigers, who were unbeaten after 3 games, I think, are now in 5th position. And the lowly Sharks are in bottom position at the moment. I think the game is going out in leaps and bounds. Interesting, though, that the number of sin bins has increased in the women's game, which means the game's getting faster. And that's something that they're just going to have to monitor as well. But yeah, it's loving it. Love the girls' game. It's fantastic.
Yeah, there's been some good games over the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yes. So, as part of our program, we're going to be discussing the bottom 2 teams.
Oh, yes.
First of all, what's going wrong? Who could they use? And what should be happening next year?
Where would you like to start?
Well, I think we should start at the West Tigers.
Okay, let's start with West Tigers.
Stephen, what's gone wrong with the West Tigers this year?
I don't know.
Is that your professional opinion?
Look,
Give it a stab in the dark.
A stab in the dark. I just don't think they've bought correctly. I don't think they have. They have a few very good players, but they don't have enough to maintain any pressure. I don't think Luke Brooks is working for them anymore. I think he's playing well, but I don't think they've put enough around him to be able to do what he should be doing. He will be superb with Manly next year.
One can only hope.
One can only hope, because of the quality Manly will put around him. The Tigers haven't done that, and honestly, that's because no one wants to play at the Tigers.
No one wants to play at the Tigers.
Very few.
Okay, so Tom,
Yes.
who should they buy?
Um,
If you were the West Tigers, you've got an open checkbook, so you've got the Roosters checkbook out for the Tigers.
Oh, why didn't you ask me this question? That would have been a lot easier to answer.
Who should they buy?
look, they need a solid half pairing. They need a named half pairing, but nobody wants to go there, unfortunately.
No, that's all right. Throw a name out there. Anyone. If you're head of recruitment, you're little Fulton, and you're gonna go out and buy a halfback. Everybody's on the market. Who are you buying?
Wow.
I'd be making a play for somebody like Sam Walker, but he's not going to be on the market. But Sam Walker, you're making a play for him. That young halfback from Brisbane, I suppose, not going anywhere.
Yeah, that young halfback from Brisbane, he'd go right over there.
I don't know if I've forgotten who his name is.
Yeah.
I mean, you asked that question.
Yeah.
But take out Coruscant.
Yep.
Take out Bateman. Take out Papali'i and Ukamanu. And you got Brooks. I mean, outside of that, you got Dane Laurie, you got Tua, you've got Nafalima, you got Buller. They haven't got the quality of players.
No. Hang on. But there's not many clubs that do.
Well, I don't know.
You've just listed 5 players.
Yeah, but I haven't listed 5 that would stand up anywhere. I mean, Coruscant is the only one in this team that I would say would be a standout anywhere.
Yeah, but hang on.
Papali'i isn't.
Yeah, but he was last year.
He's gone backwards since.
Yeah, but he had the players around him last year.
Yeah, he made the plays last year. See, I actually think the issue with the West Tigers is that I don't think they don't know what's happening. Their roles are all undefined.
Yeah.
The best clubs are like the best thing that's happened. For example, at Brisbane, is they're now saying Reece Walsh is our fullback. You remember last year, they had 5 different fullbacks, 6 different fullbacks. They've got this settled team where they've come in and they've said, this is your role.
And they haven't had a lot of injuries either.
Yeah. And the Tigers, on the other hand, 4 to 5 different fullbacks, 4 or 5 different halves, combinations.
Yep.
It's not working. You've got to set and forget.
Yep.
They don't know what style of football they want to play. They don't have their identity.
And I got to tell you, everything I just said then, is completely wrong with the next team you want to talk about.
Yes.
Who do quality all over the park.
Second last on our ladder so far are the Dragons. Now, what's the problem at the Dragons?
They're not scoring enough points.
Well, can I just say, admittedly, and I think it was a bit of a blessing in disguise, that there was no Lomax and no Bird on Saturday for the Dragons against the Sharks. Those two may have made a difference.
Yep.
I'm not sure what's wrong at the Dragons, but I certainly think they have the potential to be a top 8.
They can be competitive for periods of games, but they just can't string it together for a full 80 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree. So, Steve, you're at Dragons. Who are you signing? Who's your number 1 priority? What position, what player?
I'm keeping Ben Hunt.
He said he's staying now.
Okay.
After another chat with Plano.
I would be signing a quality fullback.
You got their Iron Manu apparently.
And while you ask me, I'm telling you.
Yeah, okay, no.
Because they're looking at Lomax for next year, and I
Yeah.
think while Lomax could be good, I don't think he's the quality fullback they want.
So what about Sloan?
No.
That kid's got potential.
Oh, he's got great potential,
You know,
but he's a couple of years away from being a fullback.
Well, no, maybe he's just never going to reach that potential.
Well, maybe. But
I don't
anyway,
know.
I'd be throwing in a fullback, and
Yeah.
I'd probably be throwing in maybe. So you've got the centres. I think the centres are fine. I think the wingers are fine.
Yep.
I'd
Who's the
probably
other
be
half?
looking at
Who's the other half
a
partner?
back rower or a hooker.
Who's the other halves partner with Ben at home? Amon. Tell Amon. He's a bit young.
Yeah,
A bit like
but you know what?
Potential
That
coming out
could
of his
work
eyeballs.
because that works at Brisbane. You've got
Yeah.
Reynolds and you've got Man.
Yeah.
That works at Brisbane, so I think it can work at St George as well. I think St George are probably 2, maybe 3 good players away from being a top 8 side.
Excellent. I think so too. Next week we discuss the next bottom 2 teams, the teams that are out of the running for the 8.
Mm-hmm.
Manly and the Roosters.
Well, no, it'll probably be Dogs and
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Or Titans.
All
There
right.
you go. All right.
Let's go on to next week. Because we're actually not doing too bad time-wise. Just hope no one needs to eat. All right, let's go on to next round. So round 25, we are getting right down to the end of the year. Thursday night's game, North Queensland. Can I also say, this round there were 15 people who had a perfect round. 15.
I was one of them, but I
One
couldn't
week
put my
too
tips
early.
in.
You didn't even tip at all.
I can't put my tips in.
Brian, you managed a thing and you didn't tip at all.
I could not put my tips in.
And I played my joker a week too early.
Yeah, you played it a week too early.
I'm going to go back and change
15
it.
people got a perfect round, and that was a week I didn't put my joker in. Anyway,
Anyway, yep.
and this weekend is all very difficult games. North Queensland and Cronulla Sharks.
Very entertaining game this will be, I think.
Cows.
At their best. The Cows because it's home. They've had a rest, but I think this will be entertaining and it'll be very competitive, I think.
I'm only going Cows because it's at home.
Yep.
I'm not convinced
Yeah,
on
that's
either.
true. The Cows aren't in the 8, so therefore the Sharks may beat them.
Like that means anything.
Yeah, should be a good
I
one.
think it's a mental block for them.
Okay, we're all going Cows.
We're all going Cows.
Yep.
Warriors and Manly on Friday night. Your weekend's going to be over again early.
I know, I hate early games. Not that I would wish this on anyone, but apparently Sean Johnson's carrying a bit of an injury.
Oh, really?
So I hope him and Metcalf and Walker and Fanoa Blake and Nick Clockstack are all out.
All out, yeah.
That won't help you.
Then I'll pick the Eagles.
Yeah, Warriors for me. Look, I hope Sean Johnson's injury is only minor because I think he's already got the Dally M sewn up, but I think it'd be to the Warriors' detriment if he can't.
I think he needs a rest before the finals.
Maybe, but only a week's rest.
Yeah, we have one. Yeah, 1 week.
Yeah. Okay, can I
Is
say
it going to make a difference?
I'm not convinced the Warriors can win this one. I actually think Manly will win this one.
Look, we go really well over there, but I'm telling you, we're busted. We got 2 blokes who got Category 1 HIAs. We got no team. They're going to be going, let's go down the park and see who looks like they're going quick.
I believe Cliffy's still playing.
Bring back Cliffy.
and interestingly, I don't know whether this is already named this, but they're naming it, at least for this week, Daniel Anderson Stadium, because it's Daniel Anderson week this week, which is great news.
Yep.
Fantastic.
All right. I'm still leaning Manly, but I may change. We'll see how the teams line up.
Warriors for me.
Parramatta Eels and the Sydney Roosters.
Oh, the Roosters.
What an
No
opportune
Moses.
time for Moses to get injured.
Yep.
Yeah.
Couldn't you just hang it together one more week, Mitchell Moses?
Yeah. Roosters showed me enough to think if they can play like that for a full 80 minutes, they should have the Eels measure, especially without Moses. I mean, that's a big bonus for us.
But do you think that Parramatta's going to get smacked this week by coach and come out?
Yeah, I'm
Possibly.
actually on the Eels for a bounce back.
And it's at home.
It's at
Combank.
Combank. Yeah, I'm going. The new mature Brian. I'm picking the Eels.
But there's no Mitchell Moses.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I know.
He can pick
I
them
think
without
it'll be
without
the bounce back. 50 last week. They're going to come out and win by 50.
Not going to happen.
That would be nice.
That would be very nice.
I think they'll get home in a close one.
All right.
Cool.
Saturday afternoon, West Tigers and the Dolphins.
I'm going to go the Tigers.
This is a struck match, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tigers at home.
Yeah, I think the Tigers can do this too.
The Dolphins have not been travelling well, and I think Marshall King is a big loss, and the Dolphins just look like they haven't got any spark without him.
Yep.
So
2 games in 2 days at Combank Stadium. It could have chewed up the ground. Tigers just.
Yeah, I'm leaning Tigers. Seabus Super Stadium, Titans and the Panthers.
you know,
Is this a question?
yeah, I know the Panthers are supposed to have a loss before going into the finals, but it won't be this game.
Do you think they'll rest anybody?
I think they'll arrest a ton of them.
Nah, not this week.
Be interesting to see.
They will.
No, I think. I was listening to an interview with Cleary the other week, and he was saying this team is motivated because he was asked, "Oh, how do you motivate them after 2 comps?" And he said, "I don't have to do a single thing to motivate them."
Yeah.
He said they just want to win. I think with the minor premiership on the line, I don't think that they'll rest anyone. I think they'll just keep on cruising. If Brisbane have a loss, different story.
They got Titans, then Eels, then Cowboys. Last 2 games at home. How do they keep getting these home games all the time? Surely they've got more home games than anybody else.
No, I've actually looked at it. They didn't have a lot at the beginning.
No,
they
they
had
had
a lot
next
at
to
the
none.
end.
They had first game at home and then nothing for ages.
Because we commented on that a few weeks ago, and I had a look at it.
Yeah.
No, it's not. They have 12 home games like everybody else,
gotta
but
be
they
an
missed out at the
investigation.
beginning.
Panthers.
There's got to be an investigation, I reckon.
Panthers, yes.
Panthers for mine. Win Stadium, St George Illawarra and Melbourne Storm.
I would love for the Dragons to get up. Barry, I want to ride them home for you, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Honest truth.
Yeah.
The Storm, Paps will be back. Look, against the Dragons, he could score 5 tries. And that'll even be good for the Dragons.
He is feeling relaxed.
He is a player that the Dragons could use next year. You asked about who could
Yeah,
go.
or Jaden Campbell.
Or Jaden Campbell.
Or
No,
Meaney. Now they could get Meaney now that he's been primed up by
yeah.
Melbourne.
Meaney ain't going anywhere.
No, Meaney-
I think he's enjoying his football down there.
Yeah, but he's been primed up to be an elite, well, almost an elite fullback.
Yeah.
He was a mighty fine player.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Was great at the Dogs.
Dogs.
And
but you're
great
right.
at
Where are
the
they
Storm.
going to play Paps?
Yeah, Meaney will go to the
Meaney
centres.
goes somewhere.
Jeez, he's too good a fullback to play in the centres.
Imagine him just chiming in and just playing him like Brad Fittler did with Tom and Latrell in State of Origin. Just pop up wherever you want.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to what will undoubtedly be the match of the round. We're Newcastle Knights and the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Oh,
Knights for me.
Knights for me too. Sorry.
Gentlemen,
Now, it
Sorry,
may
where's
make,
his
Steve.
support?
I'm
might
sorry.
make a difference if Hastings isn't playing.
He'll
Um,
play.
I hope he plays.
Because, he had a triple compound fracture of his leg. He'll be back.
Because before Hastings went down, I was thinking the Knights, based on the way the Rabbitohs played this weekend,
Yeah.
the Knights have got your measure at home. They're full of confidence at home. I reckon they can do it.
Okay, I'm going to declare it here and now. This is the turning point for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and they will win this game, and they'll win it by 16 points.
Actually, either win is bad for us because they're both.
Oh, my
sitting
team's
at the bottom
gone,
of
mate.
the-
That's
no, for us, the Roosters, because they're all
Oh, for
both
us.
sitting at the bottom of
He
the
says
eight.
for us.
Yeah.
Me.
But who cares about the Roosters? Come on.
I'm
South
used to
will
it.
win this by 16, and I tell you, this will be the turning point for them.
Can I just say, Tom's made several comments about Jackson Hastings. He went off after 24 minutes.
Oh, was it? I thought it was the second half.
24 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
So they continued to pile on points
Well,
while
that's
he was
good.
gone.
That's good. Makes me even more confident about them beating the Rabbitohs.
So yeah, there you go. I just thought I'd look that up.
Cool.
Yes.
Great.
Unfortunately, Steve, the Knights at home for me. It would have
Okay,
been the Knights away as well, but
your loss. Raiders and the Bulldogs.
yawn fest. There you go. I've said it. I don't care who wins that game. I do believe that perhaps the Raiders will come back.
Oh, the Raiders will come back. There's no way.
But it's against the Dogs, so it's not going to count for anything.
Well, they're still in the 8. The Raiders might have a minus 120 for and against. They're still in the 8,
Yeah.
in 6th spot.
Yeah.
You know what? But it also wouldn't surprise me if the Dogs came out and put 40 on them. Nothing in this game would surprise me.
No.
It could be a point, it could be 40 points, and it could be either way.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to wrap.
And as if they need it, the Broncos have a bye.
Okay, we're going to wrap up. We've gone well over time. Anything intelligent one in the show with?
I'm looking forward to the season opener in Las Vegas next year.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be more details about it. But
Yeah.
I want to see Gladiator versus Wolverine. I think the marketing behind that will be enormous.
There's a little part of me that wants to see your two teams going at it as well.
Well, that would generally make sense, but I think that they're trying to sell it to the American audience.
Yeah, no. Bring in the Americans.
Yeah. Well, if it's our two teams, that's good luck for him because he's going to be playing grand finalists.
Which is why I'm surprised they picked the Roosters. I would have thought they'd gone with someone like Penrith.
Yeah, I would have thought so
apparently,
too.
I've heard Penrith were approached and said, not the first year, thanks.
Yeah. Well, possibly.
Interesting.
Anyway.
There you go.
Tom, what do you want to end with?
Another strong performance from the Roosters, I hope, because we need to give ourselves every chance to get to the 8. It's still a lot has to happen, but we're hoping.
Thank you for watching. You're with Tom, Brian and Steve, and this is From the Sidelines. And if you can watch us on... Hang on, I got that right. I got that wrong, didn't I?
You listen to us
you can listen to us. You can download podcast on Spotify, or you can watch us on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye-bye.
See ya.